This time of year, I do get the baking bug. What I am going to be sharing with you guys today is this little cookie right here, and I have a few of them to show you. They are these fun, misshapen sort of, I think of them as kind of like snowballs, but they're a meringue-based cookie, and they're called the Forgotten Cookie. And I will explain to you why they're called the Forgotten Cookie. At the end of my cooking video, you will see why, or towards the end, I should say. Just stay tuned and make sure you watch. These are one of the easiest, most delicious cookies ever. This is a recipe I actually got from my mother. I think she got it from a New York Times recipe that I will have the recipe linked down below in case you're interested in making it. She started making them, we fell in love with them, and we've been making them sort of for the holidays ever since. So I'm excited to share them with you. Stay tuned for the cooking part of the video. So we are ready to make the Forgotten Cookies. You may hear my oven in the background. The first thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So that's what's happening in the background. You're going to need 1 cup of chocolate chips, 1 cup of chopped walnuts. You can use any nut that you prefer. I'd like walnuts for this, but you could use pecans. I don't know that I would recommend almonds, but I would say pecans or walnuts are great. You need 2/3 of a cup of powdered sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This is a pink Himalayan salt that I got, but you can use any regular salt. 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 3 egg whites. This is an incredibly simple and fun recipe to make. It is something that we make every year for the holidays, and it creates some really delicious cookies. So the first thing that we're going to do is put our egg whites in this big bowl. And I'm going to use a mixer to froth them up. All right, the egg whites are perfect. Now I'm gonna slowly start to incorporate the powdered sugar in here while beating. So I'm just going to take a minute to scrape the sides so I can make sure that I incorporate every last bit of this powdered sugar in here. And then I'm going to go back to whipping it and beating it a little bit more. Okay, ready to add the other ingredients at this point. Now I'm going to add the vanilla and the salt. So for this part, we're just going to dump in our chocolate chips and our walnuts. And I'm going to just fold them into the meringue. I love these cookies because to me they end up looking like little lumpy snowballs. They're really cute. Okay, so that's ready to go. And I've already got a couple of baking sheets lined with parchment. So I'm just going to use 2 spoons to scoop little lumps on the parchment. And I like them sort of lumpy and a little misshapen. But if you want to be a little more particular, you can be. And uniform size, while it's somewhat important, it's not as important as in a traditional cookie because of the way that we bake these. Add a little more to these guys. So I put a lot on this sheet, and they are going to expand a little bit, but not too much. But I put a lot on here. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 20 on this sheet. I'm only going to have like 4 on the other sheet, but that's just my mistake. Maybe you should put less on your cookie sheet. Yeah, I'm going to have like 3 on here. That's okay. And here is where the forgotten cookie got its name. We are now going to put them in the oven and then turn off the oven. Remember, the oven's been preheating at 350, and once you put them inside, you turn them off and leave them overnight. And overnight, they will puff up a little bit, firm up, and turn into these lovely, light, luscious, crispy, and chewy meringues with chocolate chips and walnuts in them. So I'm going to put them in the oven right now. In the oven, and I'm going to go ahead and turn them off right now. Close it up. See you tomorrow morning. Okay, it's the next morning, and it is time to take the cookies out. All right. They are amazing. They're light. They're like beautiful little white fluffy snowballs filled with delicious chocolate and walnuts. They're crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside. They're really delicious and a perfect holiday cookie. I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy holidays to everybody, and I'll catch you next time.